So let me move on to class. So last class already we seen, right? So last class already you seen. So how to configure build periodically, what is policy, and so how it will work and all. Today we'll see a continuation and all. So localhost, just let me log into my server. So mostly PoleSM main. So we are going to mostly configure PoleSM, and periodical means so that is based on a requirement. So whenever if you need a specific date and time, so that case mostly we go for configure build periodically. Now if you see here, anyone any doubt guys yesterday class? Now let's move on to manage Jenkins. So if you come to manage Jenkins, so now I hope already you know. So what is tool section? And if you want to configure any tools, and so if you want to install any manual path and all, so mostly we go for tools and plugins. This is very important in Jenkins. So if you want to install any plugin, if you want to integrate, if you want to integrate, so any other third party tools and any other tools, so mostly we go for Jenkins plugin. So almost in Jenkins plugin, so maximum all plugins available. So whichever you want, we can configure. Now if you come to here, system configuration. So this is the common path. Configure global settings and path. So now I have how many jobs here? If you see here, now I have how many jobs, guys? Four, correct? So if you want to configure any option, if you want to update anything, specific job, just we are clicking the job and go to configuration section. So this is the job level. This is particular job only. We can update whatever you want. Now got it? Wait, let me start recording. Okay, already it is started. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is the what is this configuration? This is the job level. So if you select job name and go to configure section, so whatever you want, so we can update, we can configure at job level. So there is one more option available here. What is that? If you go to dashboard, go to manage Jenkins, go to dashboard, manage Jenkins. So there is a system option. System means so this option, this is the global settings for all jobs. If you update anything, so these options reflecting for all, these options reflecting for all jobs. Now see here, system. If we click on system, and so here we can see first option, home directory. So home directory is nothing but, I hope everyone know, right? Default Jenkins workspace, that is store all of data in our directory in the file system. So C colon program data Jenkins, and so dot Jenkins. So under we can see, right, workspace and all. So this is the default. Now even if you go any project or any job, and if you go to right, so click on bill number, and here also go to console, you can see C colon program data Jenkins dot Jenkins workspace. This is the Jenkins workspace. Under Jenkins workspace we can find your all jobs. Same way, this is the global, right? So manage Jenkins, configure global settings and path. So these settings are applicable for all jobs, all projects in our Jenkins server. Specifically, if you want to configure, go to job and configuration. And so there is some common settings and all I want to update. That case we go for system global configurations. If you click on here, now this is, if you want to, now these are the Maven project configuration. If you want to update any specific, sometimes right. So here, if you see here, that is the global Maven options. So this is mostly used for JVM related. If some projects, right, so memory is not sufficient for running that specific project and all, and that case mostly here we are going to update. This is not every project, that is depends on project only, job. So some of jobs it is occupying more JVM. So that case mostly we go for this option. This is your local repository. Right? So local repository. So default till dot m2. So I hope what is the default directory for Maven? If you go to C drive, if you go to C drive, if you go to here, now here we can see one directory name dot m2 users, and so HP my username, under we can see dot m2. What is this guys? Dot m2 nothing but this is the default. There is three types of repository right, in Maven: local repository, central repository, remote repository. Now this is the local repository. So first it will check here if you run any Maven related commands and all. So that related jars and all first checking here only repository. So whether that jar is available here or not. If it is not here, it is connected to central repository. It is downloading. Clear guys? I hope already you know, right? So this is the local repository and same path here also. We can observe here. So this is the default. See default tilde slash dot m2 repository. So if you want to, we can update this repository. And so these are the executors. So these are the executors. Now this is the executors. Now if you observe here, go to here new dashboard, and so if you click on here, by default how many executors guys? Here build executors, build executors. Default we have two executors. Now if you create any job, so now see build executors, number of executors two only. Suppose if we have multiple projects, multiple jobs, so they are running parallelly, and so if you want to increase, we can increase this. So we can increase this number of executors. These are the build build executors in Jenkins. So even build executor is nothing but this is the it will take care builds build executor in Jenkins. If we come to here, Jenkins executor is an one of basic building block which allow to build to run on particular node or particular agent. Now I don't have any agent. If I run any job, by default this is a master guys. So my job is executing only master. This is the master only. This is the master. Suppose if we have multiple slave missions, one for testing, one for development, one for stage, or but real time we are maintaining for a specific, for every project we are maintaining specific slave mission. So that case, so we can use this is the now by default it is executing master only. Now only we have default two agents available. These are the build executors. Okay, and so the executor is an single process ID. The basic unit result that Jenkins execute any mission and run your build. So we will take care your builds and all only executors. In case suppose if you have multiple projects and multiple jobs, and so that case if you want to increase, we can increase here. This is the option by default 2. For example, 2 is not enough for me, so that case I need 4. So I need 4. So that case click on 4 also. If you want to, we can increase 4 also. Now see here, apply, save. Now if you observe here, now see here how many executors, build executors. So the builds are, if I click on any build, who will take care? Only build executors will take care. Build executors only will take care. So this is the building to run your node or agent. This is a by default build server. This is nothing but default build server. But right now this is my mission master. In this mission, so there is a agent that is build executors is there. These two executors it will take care. Now based on your right projects and the number of bills, if you want to, we can increase also. Now if we come to here and system configuration, these are some basics options if you want. This is the labels and all. If you want to, we can select labels and usage, and these are the quiet period. How much? See here, when your option is non-zero, newly trigger bills of this project will be added to the queue. How many jobs it will in queue? So 5. The project will be added to queue, but Jenkins will wait the specified period of time in seconds before actually start the build. So once already last class also we seen, right? That is the we want to move that bills under queue. We want to wait how much time. So that case we go for this one. Now this is the poll SM. After checkout retry time and all, if you want to, we can increase this configuration checkout time. For example, timeout is I given so 5 minutes, right? So if it is more than 5 minutes,
So your screen is not changing.
not changing.
Mm.
Let me stop again, restart. Now is it visible?
Yes, it's present.
Okay, okay. So if you have any issues, please let me know. So these are some basic guides, basic configurations and all. And if you want to, we can increase it. But in all projects, this is not mandatory. That is depends on right. So build if you more build that case, we can increase maven, that is maven related JVM and all. And if you want to more executors, we can increase. And so these are the default quiet period. See here. So newly triggered builds of this project will be added to the queue. After this automatically it will added. If you want to increase this time also, we can increase, but these are the default settings, even we are not going to use. Now this is the default. Right now I am using localhost 8, right? But real time we are using specific IP address or specific domain name, specific IP address build server. That is my Jenkins build server IP address. Here we are using default. Right now I am using localhost, right? Instead of localhost, so generally real time we are not going to use localhost. Real time means so this server is running. This server is running so on-site somewhere, right? So here mostly we are maintaining IP address or DNS name or DNS name, and this is the system admin email address and all. So if you send a Jenkins server, which email you want to. So this is the here I'm using so some mail IDs we are maintaining default mail IDs. So that case we are using this one, which server, that is your wish. Whatever email you want to default, by default it is maintaining. So by default it is maintaining default mail ID. No reply email we are getting, right? So that mail is and all we can use here. See here, notification email from Jenkins to project owners will be sent this address. From which address? This is nothing but so mostly we are using that specific organization email ID. No reply and all we are adding here. That is reply email ID. Now this is server resource files, so no need. So here mostly we are using so this guys environment variables. Mostly in project level, that is right. Mostly we are using in this section global properties. This only mostly we are using environment variables. So environment variable is nothing but right. So this can be common for all jobs, all projects. For example, if you come to real time, for example, some common things. So for example, so my project is this is my project, right? So DevOps. Now I created all DevOps related, right? This is my project, DevOps. So DevOps. Okay. Here we have multiple jobs, right? I have development job. So for development, I have username, password. For development job, I have username, password, and also same for test job. For test job, we have username, password. For every job, for every project, we are maintaining a different username, password, right? So that case, where we can declare your variables and all. For example, stage job, and also here I am using so username, password. See here, this is my DevOps job. For example, here I have three jobs: one for development job, one for test job, and other for stage and also production. For if you see here, for every right, so for every job, so credential, username, password will change. We are not going to use a development credential, testing test credential, stage credential, production and all. We are not going to use, right? It will change. Now how to declare this type of variables? Some of common variables for entire projects organization level. So I want to create one variable, but that variable I want to use any project, any job. So that case you go for, what is that? This is the, where is this environment variables. If you go to manage Jenkins system configuration, and mostly we are using so here only. Simply try to understand environment variable is nothing but common variable for all projects, all jobs. Wherever you want, we can use it. Now see here. Now list of variables. If you want to, we can add list of variables. This key and value pair, guys. Now see here. Now username. So here I am giving username, dev user. So username is the key. This is the value, dev user. Okay. Now password, whatever you want, we can give it. Now this is the username, right? Test user. Just assume this is the test user, test username. This is the dev username. This is the key. This is the key. And this is the value. Left side is nothing but key. Right side is nothing but value. This is the key and value format we have to give it. See here, these key values pair apply for every build on your every node. So now if you want to call this variable, so this is the syntax, guys. Dollar key or dollar. This is the flower bucket and we need to pass it. So let me create a variable. How to create so environment variables. Now add variable. Now see here, this is the name. This is the name. For example, dev username I given. Just I given so dev apps, dev user. Just I given something. Whatever you want, we can give it. This is the key and this is the value. This is the key and this is the value. Now let me create one more add. Add. This is the, test. Now I'm going to use where is this? So now I'm going to use test user name, right? Test user name. Now whatever we want value we can give. So this is the test DevOps. This is the value, that is the key, guys. DevOps test user. Now I declare two environment variables. So one is dev username, second one is test username. These variables we can call across all projects, all jobs in our Jenkins server. So now I have four jobs, right? Now I have four jobs, correct? Four projects. Just assume. So this is the development of Polysym stage test. Now I declare environment variables. That variable we can call any job. Suppose I want to call here. Now we can declare variable and we can call it, right? That is the total. For example, I want to call here some variables. We need to declare here. Not like that. So environment variable is nothing but global. This is global for all projects. So if you want to declare any variable, I want to applicable for all jobs, all projects. So that case we should go for manage Jenkins and go to system. Where is this first one? System configuration. Here itself we can understand global settings common for all jobs. So now if you go to here, environment variables. Now if you come to here, I declare two environment variables. Dev username, and this is the key and this is the value, guys. This is the key and this is the value. And this is the key and this is the value. So like this we can declare many variables. What is the main purpose? We can call these variables, we can use these variables any job, any project. That is the main. Now got it? Anyone, any doubt, guys, here? Clear? Some of common variables and all where we need to declare under the environment variables. That is nothing but global properties, environment variables. Here anyone, any doubt, guys? Clear? Hello?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Now apply save. Now how to call this variable in our job level? Now, okay, I declare variables, but how to call, suppose I want to use that variable in my dev job, or I want to use that variable in my test job, or here stage job. How to call? Go to any job. For example, this job. Go to configuration. Go to configuration, and so right. So now if you come to here, all project is there. There is a go to build section. Now here, not build. Go to configuration. So under build environment, under here, so there is a Windows batch, right? Just I want to print that value. That's it. How to print, guys? I want to print echo. I want to print. So whatever you want. So username. Whatever you want, we can print it. So dev apps. What is that name we given? Dev apps. So development. So if you want to read that variable. So how to read that? If you want to read that, so this is the syntax, guys. This is the syntax. If you come to here, manage Jenkins, and here environment variable. So this is the syntax. In Linux we are calling different way. In Windows we are calling different way. Now see here, if you want to call it, there is that apply, save. So this is the syntax. So if you want to call, so that is a percentage and a variable name. Anyway, directly I am calling. So percentage and sorry percentage. This is Windows, right? Percentage and variable name. Variable name is nothing but a key name, guys. What is the key name here? What is the key name? This is the key. This is the value, right? So key name. What is the key name? DevApps. This is DevApps, right? What I given? DevApps or what? I given some name, right? Just copy and paste it.
Dev
So
username, sir.
dev username. Dev username. Dev username or DevApps. Okay, dev username. That's it. Now, suppose if you want to print test username. So echo test user name. User name. Just I'm printing whatever you want, we can print it. This is Windows, right? This is the syntax. Percentage. So test user name. That's it. But Linux it will change the syntax and all. We need to use dollar flower bracket and all. Now let me check it. Okay. So see here, this is the syntax. Now if you want to see, these are the list of environment variables, guys. See here, these are the list of environment variables. These are the default environment variables. And if you want to print, all are in uppercase. And so whenever if you need, we can use these environment variables. These environment variable provided by Jenkins. Okay. So see here all are. If you want to print branch name, we can use branch underscore name. If you want to print branch primary, and see here, for example, I want to print build number. Now somewhere we can use build number. This is the already default environment variables provided by Jenkins. Now see here, echo which one I want to print it. So this one build number. Okay, Jenkins job. Okay, build percentage. Now this is the control V, control paste. Now see here, build number. So these two user defined environment variables. These are the default environment variable provided by Jenkins. Okay, apply, save, apply, save. Now just build now. Now just build now. Now we can see here. Now we got it. Build is success. Somewhere it is printing. Where is that? Now observe here. So here. So echo. So see development username. Now got it. DevApps user. Now see here test username. DevApps test user. Now job build number is 5. How this is coming, guys? I using environment variable. These are the environment variable. Now got it 5. Now build number is 5 only. These two are the user defined environment variables. Already some variables provided by Jenkins. See here Jenkins, see the following variables are available. Shell and batch build. In Jenkins server we can use anywhere. So these are the default. So all are in uppercase. If we need, so directly wherever we want we can use it. Now just now I print build number. So this is the, now for example I want to print, see here build ID or job name. I want to print job name. What is my job name? This is very simple job, right? We can easily understand. But if you come to real time, there is they are writing some script and multiple projects running, multiple jobs running. We don't know, right? So which job, which project. So that case, so with the help of these environment variables, we can print echo statement and we are getting. So what is the job number? What is build ID? I want to give something. So that case we can use these environment variables. For example, I want to job URL or I want to print Jenkins URL. Wherever you want, we can use it. These are the default environment variables. And now I created a two custom variable, that is user defined variable. Now see here, like this we can declare many variables, guys. Now clear? Anyone, any doubt? Hello?
That's clear.
So, but so these are the, yesterday also somewhere I written one exam. They given environment variables, some of environment variables. Which environment is not available? So build hyphen commit, build, so commit. So do you have any environment variable in Jenkins server? Commit. They given this option. Okay. So which is not available environment variable. Build underscore commit is not available in environment variable. And so this is the branch name. Now see here how to find branch name. Now see here build underscore display, somewhere branch also is there, tag is there, build number, build URL, some other options also given. Branch underscore name, this is available, not build underscore, branch underscore available. They given four options and which is not available in environment variable. So these are the default environment variables. Branch underscore name, and so branch is primary, and also URL, and whatever you want we can print it. So if you want to, we can print all job name, tag name, build ID, build number, node name, node label, workspace. I want to print workspace, guys. See here, go to here, go to here, configure, echo Jenkins workspace. So what is this? Windows, right? Percentage. Just give that. That's it. Like this, wherever we can echo. Now like this, we can. I want to print so job name. See here, percentage. These all are the default environment variables. Okay. Now like this, we can. For example, if you want to print anything, I want to see job URL. I want to see job URL, Jenkins URL. I want Jenkins home, Jenkins URL. Echo. These all are we are printing in our script level in real time. But this is very simple, right? We can easily understand where it is printing. But if you come to real time, so somewhere they are using. If somewhere, if you see like this, oh, these are the environment variables. Apply, save. Now see here, build it. Now we can see these all are printing. So what is the job name? Now see here, build number is 6, and so this is the job. And see here, so echo Jenkins workspace. This is your Jenkins workspace. And so now see here, Jenkins job name. What is the job name? DevOps hyphen stage. And so here I given Jenkins URL. Now this is your Jenkins URL. Right now I am pointing, right, same C localhost colon 8080. This is the Jenkins URL. So like this, so we can add many environment variables. Clear, guys? Anyone any doubt here? So if you want to, we can declare your own environment variables, or else directly we can call already default environment variables. So these are the default environment variables provided by Jenkins. So whenever if we need, we can call directly, but these all are uppercase. Okay. So we should see URLs. There is many is there. That is no need to remember all these things. If we need, so directly if you Google it, they will give default environment variables, and whenever you need, just we can use it. That's it. Clear? Hello, am I audible or not?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Now there is one more also, the tools locations. Suppose if you want to configure any tool, where we go for, just to go to, suppose I want to configure Maven and Java and all. So go to dashboard, and so here manage Jenkins. There is one option, right? Tools option, correct? Configure tools and their locations. And same way here also we can configure if you want. See here, system, under system, under environment variable, here there is also tool section. So see here also we can add it, add tools. See which tool you want to add. So Maven, here also we can configure. That is your wish. Okay. So wherever you want, we can configure. This is also same option, tools location, list of the tools location. If you want to list of tools, you can add here also. So remaining and all, so these are the default, mostly we won't use. Here mostly we are going to configure email notification. These are the timestamp format, which timestamp you want to follow. And so if you want to give some authentication, monitoring configuration, if you want to monitoring, so monitor configuration and all, this is based on requirement we need to configure. So here GitHub server, if we have any separate server we are maintaining, so that case we can add, so here credentials also, server name. In organization level, one or two people, right, they are maintaining the different own servers, and that case, so we can configure all these things. These all are very simple only, but we can understand. Enterprise server, next to global pipeline libraries. We'll see later. This is also important. We'll see later. This is the library and the share library. And if we come to here, these are the, if you are using versions and all. Now last there is one option. This is the email notification. So this is the email notification. But anyway, right now in Gmail it is not working. Gmail and all it won't work. But real time, this is very simple. SMTP server, simple mail, so server, transfer protocol server, and port number. And this information we are getting from admin guys. If you join any organization, for example, so your manager ask, or so your someone is asked, okay, can you configure email notification in Jenkins server? If you want to configure email notification, so this information is mandatory, guys. So what is this SMTP server? For every organization, they are maintaining one server, SMTP server, SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol, SMTP server. And so they are maintaining one port number. Now see here, this is a SMTP port. Okay, this is a port. So if you ask any admin, if you ask admin team, they will provide this information and all. and with the help of we can easily configure in real time. This is very simple, only 5 minutes. 5 minutes, just we need only server name and port number. So we are maintaining one server name, and they are giving one port number. So this is the for Gmail and all, this is the default port number 25 and all. But in organization level, so every organization they are maintaining different SMTP server and different port number. Just check with admin team, they will provide this information, and with the help of that we can easily configure. Nothing here, we need to pass that name and port number and default also email. So this is the default email suffix box, which email extension we are using. Just copy and paste it. So remaining everything it will work fine, no need to worry. But so earlier it is working Gmail also, now they restricted Gmail people, Google, so they restricted, we cannot send email. So, but if you come to organization level, we need to check with admin team. Even I am also asking, even if any project level, I need to configure anything. So just we are sending one email to admin team. We need this SMTP server and port number for email configuration in my Jenkins server. Please provide. So they will give this information. Okay. So just we need to configure that information here. That's it. Okay. Clear, guys. So anyone any doubt? In the organization level, email configuration is very simple, only 5 minutes. Okay, we need only SMTP server and port number. That's it. Now automatically it will send email. I will show you my project. That's only I can write a show only screenshot. I cannot log into personal laptop, so that information we can see. Here anyone any doubt, guys? So mostly here environment variables very important. If you want to declare any environment variable, you go for environment variable. And if you want to configure email, so that case we go for that is email configuration. So if you want to configure email, these are the mandatory. SMTP server is mandatory. Every organization they are maintaining specific SMTP server name, and they are maintaining one specific port number. Without this information we cannot configure email. Clear, guys? Hello? Got it. So
Yes, sir.
that's it. Okay. This is very simple only. Now, if we come to here, dashboard. Now manage Jenkins. Now we know these are the system configuration section. See here, you know how to this one, how to configure tools, how to install plugin and all. We'll see later. Nodes and clouds. This is very important. We'll see later. Now if we come to here also, credential sections and user sections and security. So mostly in real time also we are using users. So right now I am using which user, guys? Administrator. I am the admin. I can do anything. So I am the owner. I can do anything. But real time they won't give admin access. That is based on your right role. They will provide for a manager, they are giving some right permissions. For team leads they are giving some permissions. As a developer they are giving permissions. As a tester they are giving some permission. DevOps engineer they are giving some permissions. Now I have only one user. If I log out, see here, click on log out, it is asking username. Now I logged into my username and I entered my password and I log into this Jenkins server. So for example, I forgot my username password. How to log? See here, if I log, I don't know what is password. I don't know what is email, username. If I click on sign in, it won't allow. It won't allow. See here, only with the username password only we can log in. Now same way I need to create one more user. How to create users in Jenkins server? That is the so topic. How to create, how to create users in Jenkins server. Now if you go here, manage Jenkins, under here there is one section is there users. See here, create, delete, modify users that can log into this Jenkins server. Now I have only one user. I want one more user. See here, now there is one option is there, create user. These users can log into Jenkins server. Okay, so create user. Now user name, we can give any name, guys. So for example, here I am giving DevOps. Okay, DevOps user, set the password. Now see here, and full name. Whatever you want, give it, click, create the user. Now see here, user was created. This user I cannot delete, I cannot do anything. But this user, see here, delete option is there. So this is a which user, guys? Admin user, and also logged in user. Correct? For logged in user, we cannot delete. For logged in user, we cannot delete. So this is a DevOps user, and so if you want to, we can delete, or if you want to, this is the settings, guys. If you want to, we can update settings. So whatever you want. So this is a DevOps user. Now see here, if we have any token, we can add it, credentials, email, I given, and later also we can update whatever you want, we can update. So now if you come to here, apply save, now dashboard, manage Jenkins and users. Okay. Now let me create one more user. For example, test user. So like this, we can create many users. Like this, we can create many users. This is the test user. So test at gmail.com. Okay. Anything, create user. Now I have three users. So now see here, now I'm an admin. I can create, I can manage. Now see, this is the subset of this list which can contain auto created users and all. Now anyway, now I log out this one. I'm going to use a DevOps user or test user. Okay, a DevOps user, DevOps. Now see here, we need to use password, otherwise it won't work. Now DevOps, and already I set password, right? Now I log into, see here, now which user I logged in? DevOps user. Now suppose if you want to log into, now go to here, manage Jenkins. Now see here, users. Now see here, this user we cannot delete. This user we cannot delete because I logged in user. These two users we can delete it. Logged in user cannot delete it. Option also it won't display here. Now see here, log out. Now test user. Now I log into test user. Now see here, logged in user, test user. But remaining option same only. Now I given full access, right? But real time we are not going to give full access. We'll see later. So what is here? How to create users only. How to create users and how to delete users and how to delete users. That is the main here. Now if you want to delete any user, you can delete. If you want to create any user, we can create it. Clear, guys? Anyone any doubt here? Manage Jenkins and go to users and go to users and how to create users, and I don't want test user. We can delete this user. See here, delete Jenkins user, test user. Yes. Now see, for example, I don't want. So this user already left the company. So we don't want username, right? So we can, if you want to, we can delete that user. If you want to, we can delete that user. So this is the how to create users and that password in our, see, create, delete, modify users if you want to log in. So clear, guys? Anyone any doubt here? Users. This is very simple only. Just create users. But real time, if you are admin only, we can do all these activities, guys. Make sure that if you are admin only, we can do all these things. But so in real time, based on your role, they are giving some access level. So based on your access level, we can access your Jenkins server. But this is my local Jenkins server. I am the admin. I can do anything. But in our mission also. But real time, we can't do these things. Just we need to know. Just practice. Now, if you come to here, uh, credentials. If you click on the credentials means so you know, right? Click on the, so here, global credentials. and see here, this is the Maven credentials already added. So credential means there is multiple ways we can add credential, guys. For example, right, if you go here, if you go here, configuration section, if you go here there is a credential section is there, right? So I enter my repository URL and there is one credential section. Now see here, credentials, click out GitHub. This is the credential. This is my repository. This is my repository. And so if I want to connect my repository, I need username password, right? I added credential here. I added credential here. Same way, if you click on here also, now see here, it will go to same page only. See, click on Jenkins. Again, it is coming to same page only. See here, add credential. These are the global credentials and what type of credentials, what kind of credentials you want to add. Now, yesterday, already last class we seen, right, how to add username, password. And the same way we can see here also. Now, see here, go to cancel. Okay. Now, go to here, dashboard and go to manage Jenkins and come to here credentials. Now see here, this is the global credentials. So this is the global credentials. See here, global credentials. If you click on global credentials, as of now, Maven Git credentials already added. I need one more credential. See here, Git credential. I am one more resource. This is the kind, guys. Interview also one or two people they asked. So how many ways we can add credentials in Jenkins server? How many ways we can add credentials in Jenkins server? So default, these are the types, guys. We can add credential, username with password. We can use GitHub app authentication, and we can add credentials, SS username with private key, secret file, secret text, certificate. So they asked these options. How many ways we can add credentials in Jenkins server? Now observe here how many ways. There is total 6 ways, right? Username with password, GitHub app authentication, SS username with private key, secret file, secret text, certificates. But mostly real time we are using username with password, SSH username with private key, and some case we are using secret file. These three are the mostly we are using in real time. Username with password, SSH username with private key, and a secret file, and some case certifications. If you want to install any certification and all, so that case we can use certification. So that is depends on your requirement. But this is the types, different kinds available. So now anyway, first I am going to use username password. Select username password. Now enter your username. For example, I want to connect my repository. I have a username. See here. So I am going to use my username. This is my username, guys. GitHub username. And and this is a password. We need to give your username password. So this is my username and my password I am giving. Okay. And this is the ID. Suppose if I am not mentioning any ID, by default Jenkins server it is generating one ID. Now see how it will generate. Now description. Just I given description. Whatever you want, we can pass it. Create a credential. Now observe here. Now see here ID. It is generating default one ID. So this is my username and password, and this is my description, and this is the user with user with password and description git credential. Now see here, if you are not passing any ID, by default server Jenkins server it is generating one ID. Let me create for example username password only I am selecting, and so here I am going to select username. I am using a different repository username. So this is username and password I am typing. Okay, I am going here Bitbucket. I am giving some anything credentials. Okay, now I copy this one and I am pasting here. Now both I given. Now it won't generate so default ID. So whichever description you given, the same thing it will coming here. Now see here. Now if you want to, we can update, and if you want to, we can delete. So this is the kind, guys. So now I given a username with password. Now username with password I added. Username password. If you want to add a different way, so now see here, select git up. Now we need to pass this information. So now I don't have any. Now select SS with username. Now see here, this is the ID, description, username, and so this is the private key. This is the private key. So anyway, so coming classes I will show you how to add this all these things. So right now we need one Linux server or any AWS server, and I need username, I need PM file, and with the help of I can add it. So these many ways we can add it, guys. So manage Jenkins and go to here. What is this? Credentials, and click on the add credentials. If you want to, so we can add it global credentials, and we can add credentials and select what type of credential you want to add it. What type of credential? So default username password, and we can use GitHub app authentication or SS username with private key. Mostly we are using first one and third one, and secret file or certificates. Mostly we are using this only. Okay. Now I'm using SSC username. I will show you this and all later, secret file and all, and this and all. Now right now I added only. So just remember how many ways we can add it. 6 ways.
Sir,
Username with password. Yes.
sir, we are giving you developer and tester credentials now, sir.
Yeah.
What is the role of developer and tester, sir? Why?
Developer means so they are giving development related some activities. You can read the job, you can modify the job, you can create the job. Tester means only read permission. I don't want to give any option to right, modify the my jobs and all. In real time, every project, so there is multiple people's working parallel, right? As of now, you don't know. Just try to understand. So coming classes will see. This is the repository. Okay, this is my Jenkins job. Just assume this is right now. I have one job project. This is the uh, DevOps dev project, dev job. So for this job, multiple people accessing, right? So developer accessing, tester accessing, manager accessing, team lead, other people's also they are accessing. But as a DevOps engineer, I want to give some permissions. They can create, they can modify, but they can't delete. I want to give some permissions, but you don't know what permissions are. We'll see coming classes. This is the tester. For tester means they want to see results, but I can't give any. I don't want to give any permission to the testers. I am giving only read access. For this developers, I am giving read access and write access. Read, you can read the job, write access. For testers, I am giving only read access. For so managers, I am giving only full permission. Correct? He can do anything. He is handling multiple, right? Just assume I am giving admin access for this guy. For example, I am the DevOps engineer. So for this guy, so what type of access you want to provide? So those and all we can maintain. That is the actually this is the separate section. We'll see. So that based on your role. For example, you are the tester. For testers, I am giving only read access. We can go and check your results, whether it is passed, whether it is failed. But I won't give any access to modify my job. If I provide admin access, there is no security, right? Now got it, ma? You are the DevOps engineer, one admin, one
Yes, sir.
testers. So based on your role, okay, we are going to provide some access level. That is separate
Yes, sir.
class is there. That case, that time we can
Yes,
understand.
sir.
So like this we
Yes,
can
sir.
giving. Okay. But as of now, just I created users only, but I didn't give any permissions. Only just I created users and I deleted users. That's it. But if you
Yes,
want to provide access level permissions and all, we'll see coming classes.
yes, sir.
Now these are
Permissions
the
and
mm,
Yes.
Now this is the credentials. For example, if you want to add any credentials, how many ways we can add credentials? There is 6 ways. Just remember that names and all. Already I asked a few people, and so username with password we can add credentials. Just at least remember 3 4 main. So username with password, SS username with private key, secret file, and certificate. At least remember two, at least four. Okay, whatever you know, just you remember. Okay, how many ways we can add credentials? These many ways we can add credentials. But real time, I am also using mostly SSH username, private key, and some cases secret file and certifications. If you want to install any certification and all, that case I am using this one. So, but these are the types. Now got it? Anyone any doubt here? Clear guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Clear,
as
sir.
of now I used only username with password, and coming classes I am using SS username with private key and a secret file. So that time I will cover all this main and all. So these are the options guys. Now we know, so in manage Jenkins, this is the heart of Jenkins. All options mostly we are going to work with manage Jenkins only. Now we know system configuration. These are the some of the common configuration for all jobs, and these are the tools, and these are the plugins and nodes and all we'll see later. And you know how to create users and all. Now we know how to add your credentials in Jenkins server. Any type of credential, that is your wish. Any type of credentials, that is your wish. Okay. Now this is very simple. Create users, delete users and all. But in real time we cannot create guys. If you are admin only, we can do these all activities. Okay, if you are not admin, we cannot create users, we cannot do anything. Okay, if we have access, we can do all activities. But anyway, we are work with local machine only, right? We are the admin. We have all option, we have all access. We can create users, we can delete users, we can create credentials, we can add credentials, we can delete credentials. Just practice it. But real time, so if we have access, we can do, we can apply this, we can whatever you want, we can do. But that is based on your role. They are providing some access. That is the main point. Okay. So anyone any doubt as of now? Now got it right. How many ways we can add the credentials, and how to create users and all, and how to
Sir,
declare environment variables, and how to call that environment variable in our job level. Yes.
sir, in credentials, username must be repos URL, sir, like
Not
repos
only.
email.
No, no, not like that. Just already we know, right? Repository. So that is the reason I added repository. మీకు ఏది కావాలంటే అది యాడ్ చేసుకోవచ్చమ్మా.
Okay,
దీనికి
sir.
సంబంధించి